To my black people from all over the world, once again, welcome to Africa Renaissance Show. And my black people, I have important news to report from the West African country of Burkina Faso. And the news is that the country of Burkina Faso has nationalized the various sugar production factories in the country. And these are factories which were owned by the French. And so basically what used to happen is that although the production of sugar canes was done by the ordinary people of Burkina Faso, the factories belonged to the French people. And so the French refined and processed the sugar, and they went on to ship, most of the sugar to France and sold the rest to the people of Burkina Faso at a very high price. And this is why the president of Burkina Faso has decided that enough is enough, and he has nationalized these sugar production factories, which previously, belonged to the French people. And my black people, as most of you are aware by now, is that sugar is a very important raw material in the production of various processed foods. For instance, the production of cakes, the production of different refreshments like juices, obviously depends on this is one of the reasons why the sugar industry is considered as one of the biggest enablers of the transatlantic. And my black people, this is a step in the right direction. So, my black people, as I have already stated, the sugar industry entails a lot of money. And so, entrusting the industry to foreigners is not a good idea, it's not a good decision. And so, time has come for us Africans to take charge of our economic affairs. This is because Africa is the only place in the world where you find other groups, which are driving a lot, at the expense of the locals. This is where you find Chinese, doing very well economically. You find Indians doing very well economically. You find the Lebanese, thriving insofar as money and economics is concerned. And so the question that we have to ask ourselves is, do we receive reciprocity from these other foreigners? These other foreigners, yeah? And obviously the answer is no. This is because, for example, if I may give an example with the Lebanese. The Lebanese back in Lebanon, they see black people as slaves. Yeah, never mind that in West Africa countries like Ivory Coast, there you find that in such countries or in such societies, inferiority complex is very high. And so it is important to make sure that the economic affairs of any given country are controlled by the natives or by the locals of that country. And the other shortcoming is that when you allow foreigners to dominate economically in your country, in essence, what happens is that they own the biggest factories, they own the biggest businesses, and the local people don't have the opportunity to own such businesses. And so what this means is that the local people in that country are going to look for jobs from these companies which are owned by foreigners. And most of the times they are going to be treated in a very appalling way. And we have various examples of this in the Africa continent. And so it is very unfortunate where the locals are mistreated by foreigners on account of being poor, and just because they have to depend on the foreigners for jobs. And this is why I congratulate the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, for this important step that he has taken, by giving back the sugar industry, which is a very critical sector, back to the people of Burkina Faso. And that's all I have for today. If you'd like to watch more of this content, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Goodbye.